Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Football Daily Weekly. I'm joined by Lawrence and Dan, and today we're talking about the most overrated players. Last week we talked about underrated players. Thank you very much for all your comments there. We couldn't get through all of them, of course, but there were lots of shouts of Ramirez and Stefan Keisling. Also Mario Mandzukic and Kazuki Honda and Ignacio Abate.
Abate's a great shout.
People think the best right back in Serie A, some are suggesting. But this week it is most overrated. So I'm going to kick off and say Gareth Bale. A lot of suggestions of Gareth Bale. Dan, is he overrated?
Certainly overpriced by Real Madrid. Like, there's no getting away. It was a ridiculous valuation. And I think if you were to look at the two players, Özil and Bale, which would you rather have? I think I'd rather have Özil. So for me, Gareth Bale is massively overrated. I think he really divides opinion in a big way. He comes down to an average player, which I think is about right for Gareth Bale.
An average player?
Yeah. A good to average.
Okay, Lawrence, I mean, one of, if not the most expensive player in the world.
I'm not.
Gareth Bale. But Gareth Bale, I mean, is he overpriced or overrated?
But I think, like Dan says, overpriced is probably a better way to put it. But even then, you'd say, 85 million is not just, that's not just his pitch value, it's a commercial value as well.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of clubs take that into evaluation now.
That's the same for every player that's purchased has that same pitch valuation.
But you're not buying, say, Jack Wilshere for the shirt sales. There are certain players you're just not buying to sell shirts, and there are certain players you are to sell images and sell rights, etc. Yeah. He levels out as a very good player, though. I think just above good. It's ridiculous to say that he's not a great player. I think also, if you look at his age. For his age, he's ahead of where he should be, and therefore he's not overrated.
Right. I think Gareth Bale's an excellent player, and I don't think he's overrated personally. I think he's overpriced. But we must move on because there's a lot in there. Avatar Singh said overrated Jack Wilshere.
Totally agree. When he's given the chance, he doesn't get assists, he doesn't get goals.
He got a lovely one though, didn't he? He got goal of the month.
Yeah. Okay. Again, like that one performance out of however many he's played just doesn't cut it. And for me, the more he plays, the more you see he's just completely ineffective for the team. He unbalances it. I don't think he should be anywhere near the first 11.
Strong views. Robert Duffin says Rooney, most overrated player in the world. Lawrence, do you agree with that?
Not sure that's true. I think technically he is a very good player.
Yeah.
And I think he's had some great moments as well. There's probably matches where you'd say, Rooney has been the player that has changed the game for United. And if you can say that for Manchester United, then that's a huge difference.
Huda Galal says Januzaj.
I just think to jump on the fact this guy scored 2 goals against what is a distinctly average/poor Sunderland team is just getting completely overexcited about a guy who just doesn't justify the label he's been given so far, and as well doesn't need the pressure.
This is a guy who's got his best years ahead of him, hopefully.
Yeah.
And, has shown some great potential. You can't overrate potential.
Oh, you can. You can definitely overrate potential, and that's exactly what everyone has done with this kid. And I favourited everyone's tweets who've been saying this is amazing, and I'm ready to go with them.
John O'Brien says Mario Gotze.
Didn't get a good start to the season, though, with Bayern Munich.
Okay.
And I think that's probably his issue, is just settling in at a new club and trying to find your feet there.
But you don't think he's overrated, though?
Certainly not. I mean, you can look at him in like you say, in every other iteration of his career, and he's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah,
we like Gotze.
He's over fine.
Okie dokie. Well, Imran Hussein says Stefan El Shaarawy. Or Shaarawy.
El Shaarawy.
Shaarawy.
He's one of my favourite Milan players.
Yeah, he's been in the Italian national side. Last season he had a great season. The hair.
Yeah, the hair's
last season he really stepped up when he needed to. Not overrated, is he?
No, I don't think so.
No. Sorry, Imran, we disagree with you there.
Yeah.
iGeneral26 says PK. Do you know PK, Dan?
Wrong.
Yeah, no, he's outstanding.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't see why you'd pick out, of all the players that you could pick, such as Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
I don't know what the justification for PK would be.
I do think he's been found to be flat-footed once or twice, and that might be the overrated value.
I think that's
PK.
being a very critical. I think that is being a really critical.
I think in a lot of people's world 11s they might have PK. Well, maybe not. Okay, well, iGeneral.
He'd be up there, though. He'd be up there.
He'd be up there. Hassan Alayashi says Raphael Varane had 3 good games last season, the Real Madrid defender.
I would say the best thing he can do is Mourinho swap him with David Luiz, and you've solved all of Real Madrid's problems. You've solved all of Chelsea's defensive problems. All these overrated names just seem to be people who are in a system which possibly doesn't serve them particularly well, or
agree.
At times they've had issues with certain systems or managers playing them out of position.
Do you agree, Dan?
I think. I mean, going on to Luiz. you know he's due a mistake. You know that he's not a traditional centre-back. He's a ball-playing centre-back. You bring him in for different things, and I think if you just want him as a defender, he's not overrated in any way, shape or form, because people know that he can be a bit like a kid playing him with FIFA. Like, he can be a bit all over the place and he can make mistakes. So I don't think he's overrated, because I don't think he's rated that highly, broadly.
I love him.
FIFA MAD BRO says Neymar is overrated. Neymar, is he overrated?
Is he talking about on FIFA, maybe?
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
Neymar overrated. Dan, surely not.
No, I don't think so. I think whenever I've seen him play, he's looked a class above the rest. And it doesn't look to me as though the pressure's getting into him now he's had the big move, because there was always that question, like, when he's not the main player, when he's leaving to a bigger club, what's he going to play like? And I think he's playing pretty decently in the matches that he has. So I don't think he's overrated. I think he's fully justified where he's at.
There we go. Well, that's all we've got time for this week. Thanks again to Dan and Lawrence, and for all your opinions. Next time we'll be talking about Ronaldo or Ibrahimovic. Who would you rather see at the World Cup? Because Portugal will be playing Sweden, so one of them won't be there and one of them will be. So do get your comments in for next time, and we'll see you then.